How you doing, everybody? The radio show for tonight is about to start, so pull your starships over. Find the nearest space station and find that nice little pub out there somewhere in the Euclid Galaxy. The SubCast for tonight is getting ready to start. And hopefully soon, and hopefully you guys get to call. Hopefully you guys call in. I'm going to start the show.
Everybody, I hate to throw out this interruption, but it's probably for the best. I gotta go because I don't know where I'm at.
You better put seatbelts on your ears because Cobra's about to take them for the ride of their life on Cobra TV.
And when we ship the game, not everything will be possible, but this is a game I think we're going to be making for quite a while, even after it comes out.
You have these people that are going to be able to buy this game on Xbox, and they are being actively driven away by people who haven't played this game in the last year. They're going off of this whole idea that, like, Sean Murray lied in 2016, and they're still using that to steer people away from No Man's Sky. And it's an unfair criticism. We have to be louder than the people that are talking about 2016 and driving away potential, new members of our community in the Xbox crowd for something.
This is for you, gold and silver.
Especially no longer.
So Cobra said we could record messages and they might get played on the show, and it was fine if they were strange or weird. So in the spirit of things, I thought I'd write a poem dedicated to my favorite caller in on the SubCast. Okay, here we go. I cry out to the old gods, desperate for replies. SubCast Jason, the apple of my eye. Desperate for his attention, my adoration turns to sighs. For he notices me not, instead I play No Man's Sky. But till he notices me shall my heart forever pine, as I gaze into his demigod-like eyes. In the name of Jason, I create a portal, for it is here that his next adventure lies.
You tuned in to the only station in the galaxy, broadcasting right from Euclid. Whether you're watching or listening, this is Cobra TV, and this is a podcast.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Good evening, travelers, interlopers, traders, and farmers. Explorers, bounty hunters, pirates, and you strange glowing entities out there. Viking, Korvax, and you disgusting, smelly, stinky, slimy, egg-laying Gek. May the Atlas allow my voice to fall upon every strange ear, and that this space transmission reaches every galaxy and dimension. Tonight, we are broadcasting from the Euclid Galaxy, somewhere deep in space. This is the late night show on Cobra TV. Call in and let's make contact. All right, we are getting ready to start, guys. If you want to join the show, do not forget to send me a message on Skype. Send me the number 1 so I know you want to get on the show. And if you hadn't added me on Skype yet, to add me on LpoLi1622. That's LpoLi 1622. Let's go ahead and get this music off of here because we are 100% ready to go. Let's fade it out nice and smooth. There we go. No hard cut off there at all. Thank you guys for coming back to another live broadcast here on Cobra TV, this SubCast. We've been trying to stay steady at doing these every single day. It's not easy. It is not easy at all. And I'm still trying to edit videos at the same time. So I may have to look into taking at least one day off, one day to just edit all my videos and then the rest to do the SubCast. And I want to do this for a lot of different reasons, guys. I want to do this for a lot of different reasons. I want to have everybody get a chance to have a voice here on the show, and I want to create a lot of awareness for Xbox players and other people that maybe PS4 players that don't realize the game has changed so much and what they could be awaiting as well with next. So this is, to give you guys a voice, to create a little bit of awareness and to keep everybody in a positive mood while we're waiting for next, because I got to tell you, Waking Titan is weak. It's weak this time around. Unless we're dealing with the calm before the storm. So, I want to try and keep positivity in the community and have a place where people can come and be excited. This show is designed for you to listen to while you're playing No Man's Sky or while you're washing dishes. While you're washing dishes or cleaning the house or doing your homework or, riding the bus, in the car. It's a talk show for gamers. It's a talk show for explorers. We got a couple of people we're going to get on the show here tonight, and we got a returning champion we're going to be adding to the show. We got Jeremy. He's an Xbox player awaiting No Man's Sky, and I'm curious to see, what he's, kind of maybe come across. And since the last time we've talked to him, if his feelings or if he's watched gameplay, how he feels now about the game and things like that. So we're going to get him on the show. So we had Ray Rod on the show a couple nights ago. We had Ray Rod on the show a couple of nights ago, and Ray Rod started talking about the features that he's been coming across inside No Man's Sky, the things that he has been seeing that were cut from the game right before launch or cut at some point in time. Remember that epic rap battle that he did, that rap of all those features where he didn't breathe? Remember that? If you didn't, I'm going to show you how to find it here in a second. Well, I got an increased viewership on that video all of a sudden. Not a big one. Not like the is this bigger than we think relaunch video, but a sudden jump. And I'm like, well, where's that sudden jump coming from? Why did it spike one afternoon? And I found out because tonight I wanted to kind of get some articles about No Man's Sky and Xbox and things like that to see what kind of things people are saying out there. And as I looked, not only is my freaking content like the first thing that pops up on Google when I type in No Man's Sky Xbox One this week or this month or something like that. But not only that, but I find an article that was written about our show with Ray Rod. And it's a pretty, it was shocking to come across that. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the screen here. Ooh, that's not the wrong button. Ha! Wrong button. Hold on. Let me remove that. Yes. Okay. Let me see if I can do this the right way this time. And there it is. Yes, we got too many windows open. We got way too many windows. And I also want to thank, and we can't leave this up for too long because it looks like it's got a lot of ads on it. But anyways, somebody had wrote an article about our episode saying, according to a recent podcast about Hello Games No Man's Sky, it is said that a lot of features seen in previous trailers before the game's launch were in fact in the game, but then removed. However, the game's data is said to be far more complex than showcased before it's released, and some of the advanced gutted features are still floating around in the executable. Sadly, there is so much stuff that was taken out of No Man's Sky that it would be too long to list. But on the upside, it could likely come back in the future, which is already happening with updates like Pathfinder and Atlas Rising. Help put things into context and to know what was all in or still in No Man's Sky, you can start the following video by Cobra TV at 37 minutes, which the info on gutted content in No Man's Sky ends around 44 minutes. And so there's the reason why that video kind of like had a little tiny spike. OneAngryGamer.com. So Rayrod did draw a little bit of attention with that. Did you guys even see any of that? I don't know if I even whatever on everything. Whatever. So yeah, that was kind of funny that Rayrod kind of drew that kind of attention, and I was hoping that they weren't going to spin it in a negative way. And I haven't really I skimmed over the article here, and it doesn't look like they're being too negative. But I mean, Rayrod's epic rap. Let me see what you guys are saying. Had the game 150 hours. Jeremy says, hit that like button. Okay, so we got Gons in the chat, Vac Killers, Jeremy, the Geeky, Snow Obsidian. Snow Obsidian. Okay, guys, we're going to get some calls. We're going to get some calls going because I really don't have a topic. Yes, Rayrod did blow my mind as well, Benjamin. Rayrod is such an amazing guest, and I'm always just a lucky podcaster to be able to have him come on the show. Very, very lucky. We're going to get some calls. We're going to go ahead and get Jeremy on the call real quick. He's going to be our first guest caller. I see Adam from Keep Calm and Game On in the chat. Adam, what would a show be if you didn't join? Come on, man. Where you at, Adam? Are you in your closet? All right, we're going to get Jeremy on the call. Ringing in Jeremy. Jeremy, if you can hear me, bud, I'm trying to give you a call, bud. Jeremy, what's going on, dude? Man? How you doing, bud?
I'm just watching some YouTube, man.
That's cool. That's cool, bud. So how you been? I mean, one of my questions for you is, how do you feel about No Man's Sky now? Have you been watching gameplay? Have you been doing some research?
Well, like I said last time, I don't want to spoil nothing for myself. Like, I watched some stuff about the center, like I was saying the last time. I just don't want to watch the wrong video about it. Like, more trying to go into it open-minded and, just not, take other people's, their negativity, if there is any, with some videos. But I do have to try and watch, like, stuff about, the Atlas and, a lot of the updates and stuff that you were doing. So.
Well, I gotta say this as a disclaimer. There's always something negative or way to criticize every game. And I got my criticisms with No Man's Sky. It's not a perfect game by any shot, right? But there's nothing out there that gives me the kind of experience that No Man's Sky gives me. And I got my criticisms, don't get me wrong. I do. And a lot of people's criticisms about the game is justified. But the the thing that I try and steer away from because it gets me in a bad mood is Sean Murray lied. This game's repetitive. This game has nothing to do. But then at the same time, they're crying because they have to constantly, oh, I got to do this. Oh, now I got to refill this. Oh, now I got to mine this. Like, wait a minute. You just said there's nothing to do.
That's my type of game, man.
So
I love doing that stuff.
Yeah, it's those reviews that that don't do anything constructive at all. That I hate, absolutely hate. We got a donation from Snow Obsidian. Hail Rayrod for increasing Cobra's popularity. Yes. Thank you, Snow Obsidian. You're a Cobra, but hashtag, I guess I got to say his name, the Geeky Pikachu. I can't say that. I just feel so strange saying that name. I don't know what it is. It's the syllables.
Yeah, I haven't heard no news, man. Like I would hope like there'd be something before E3. Like I was hoping it would come up before E3, just like I said last time. Like I just don't understand why. I don't want to say the same shit I did, last time I was on because, but it's just like
podcasts are all about reoccurring topics, I mean, getting our point across. Sort of like, you turn on the radio and they're saying the same thing they said an hour ago. Because somebody might not have watched that other video that you were part of. So it's good to know what your opinions are. And I agree. I don't think it was a leak. I think it was done on purpose.
I just don't see why, if it was a leak, I would say Microsoft and Tencent would be pissed about that, man. Like, especially Microsoft because they have a big platform at E3, and this year, a lot of people says, Microsoft has to show a lot of good stuff, which I think the lineup's pretty good, like, from what I know so far, but we need some stuff, and I don't know why they would announce it before E3 and then not talk about it at all. Like, just act like it's a big leak. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've been listening to a lot of Xbot, Crap Gamer, and Crossfire here lately, podcasting. They're Xbox guys. And
yeah, I watch them.
Yeah. They're pretty good shows, man. Pretty good shows. And
a lot of people hate on them, man. Like,
why is that?
It's entertainment too. Well, just Xbox fanboys. Like, I love, Crap and Mooch and them. It's some people just don't like their opinions, I guess. But
I don't know. I love listening to them, man. I really, it's just opinions at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like you're hearing a guy, you clicked on a video, you're hearing a guy talking about what he feels about a certain topic, and that's just it. I mean, whatever. I mean, it's good entertainment, like you said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I try and catch them a few times a week. Good podcast.
Yeah, it really is.
There's another one, Dealer Gaming too. He's more neutral, I'd say. Like, he likes Xbox, but he talks both though, so they're pretty good YouTubers. Right.
So they were talking about some like E3 leaks and stuff like that, and he brought up, I think, a rumor that there could possibly be some hardware announced at E3 for Microsoft. And from you being an Xbox player, what are the rumors going around for like VR? Because you guys haven't gotten that yet.
Well, I said that last time because when I first heard about you guys and I hopped in, this is like almost a month ago now, but somebody said, well, Xbox don't have VR, so why would, next be, VR? Well, the thing is, that the Xbox One X roadmap had VR on it. This is before it came out. This is when it was Scorpio. Nobody knew nothing about it. This is before the leaked spreadsheets came out about the power and everything. Like, the roadmap was VR. They took it off, and then a while ago, Oculus had a deal with Microsoft. When you buy Oculus, you get, I believe, still an Xbox controller, but I'm not sure. But supposedly there's another version of Oculus coming out, so maybe that's cheaper. So maybe they could get a deal with that. But I think VR, like, it'd be hard because I don't think the OG Xbox could support it, but maybe, I don't know. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
I know that they wanted to bring VR to the X, so I don't know about any like Xbox announcements there, but I don't want VR at E3.
Why's that?
I don't think VR is really there yet. Like I know like Sony pushed and did it, you know, but I want to see more games, man, instead of VR, to be honest. Like if they brought VR and it was for like No Man's Sky, I'd be happy. You know, I'm sure everybody else would be too, but
Right.
I don't know, man. I think we're too close to the end of a few more years to the end of this generation. I think Sony's going to have like a small teaser PS5 trailer or something like. But Xbox already said they're happy with the X right now, so I don't think we're going to get next gen until 2020, or that's the earliest.
Well, look at it like this. The PSVR is kind of like its own console, right? So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that the PSVR, when they came out with the, for lack of a better name, PS5, I'm pretty sure the PSVR would be able to work in it because it's only projecting what the game's producing. So
or they could have a better version of it too. You know what I mean? Because
I'm sure they will somewhere.
Next gen, because our GPUs are already there. We have decent GPUs. Main thing we need is CPUs. That would help out. PS5 with their VR. For better frame rates. Same with Xbox. But I never tried VR, so maybe that's why I never, or maybe that's why I don't want VR at E3. Maybe if I tried VR, maybe I'd love it.
I know a lot of people that do play PSVR. They love it. Like almost everybody I talk to loves it.
That crap gamer dude, he hated VR for a while until he bought it, and now he loves it. So as an Xbox person, he loves VR. So but yeah,
what a cool way though to play. What a cool way to play a game
PS4.
though. Like being put inside the game though. It's cool.
Yeah.
We got a new caller on the show. We got you're using a first name, but I don't know if you want to be called by that or not.
Yeah, it's fine. It's okay.
Leonard?
Yeah, it's me.
All right, Leonard, how you doing, bud? It's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Yo, yeah. Oh, dude, I can't believe I'm on the show, man. It's crazy.
It's a pleasure to have you on, dude. It's an honor.
I've been checking out your show for since 2015.
Wow.
When the actual No Man's Sky hype was totally insane.
It was, wasn't it? It was amazing.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. But now, what I'm gonna say, English is not my first language. So, I kind of agree with you about Sean Murray and stuff. Everyone hated on him because he was kind of wrong. About talking about stuff that wasn't in the game later, but you can't just keep hating on him and stuff.
Yeah, you can't. Why bring up the old stuff? And if you're going to bring up the old stuff, you may as well go back to the old stuff where he said it's not going to all be there when we ship the game.
Yeah,
I think he was being rushed, man, by Sony. Like, not in a bad way, but did that get delayed ever or not? Was No Man's Sky delayed?
Once. Yeah.
All right, so maybe
a few times, I think.
Maybe this stuff was ready, or well, not ready to go in, but maybe they were working on the stuff that they did take out. Because I said this last time, what if next is all this stuff that people were promised, and that Sony, they want their money, so they're publishing it, and maybe they're like, well, we want it by this day, and if you got to take stuff out, you got to take stuff out. So, maybe now, since they have money and they have Microsoft's back, they have Tencent, and they have, 505 publishing it. Maybe they have the money now, or have, from, the sales and everything. It's been how many years? So maybe they are putting in, stuff. Games evolve over years, man. Like I was saying, service games, even though they're not charging for the DLC, it's still been making money for years now, so they could be bringing more stuff in.
Dude, they made so much money off this game. They've got more than enough money, more than enough.
Yeah. I think also a lot more pressure on Sean Murray and his team. because I don't know how big it got. One guy he left the team to work on Star Citizen, I believe, like half year ago, something.
I want that game to come to console, man.
Yeah, definitely.
I've been watching that, and I'm like, I don't understand it. Like, I don't understand how a game can be that big. Like, I know No Man's Sky is big, but when you see some of the mechanics in Star Citizen, it's like, that's some next level stuff, man. Like, I don't know if anyone's ever watched it, like, but everything works. Like, gunner seats, and like, just imagine being in one of those ships. Cause I never seen gameplay of that. Like, I've seen somebody like you know walking around the new ship that just dropped, but like, you know, a lot of stuff wasn't working. But there's like elevators, and there's like so many different levels of these ships in detail. And like one level, like there was like 2 seats for like turrets on the top of the ship. You know, not even by the pilot seat. Like, you know, pilot seat's like 3 floors up. You know, like, I'm like, holy crap, man. But
I mean, real money. You have to pay for about one ship. You have to pay like $200 or something. It's crazy.
Real money?
Yeah, it's real money, but it's just a clever way to buy into the game and back the game, right?
Yeah, that's true.
That's a lot of people see that and they're like, "Oh man, that's crazy! Screw this game! Look how they're trying to sell it." No, it's just a cool way to back the game.
Yeah, it's an original way, I think. And
you don't have to. I'm pretty sure you can earn a way, right? You can earn money in game, can't you?
Oh yeah, you sure can. And you could just spend $45 and get into the game. Boom, done.
Like that's. I hope No Man's Sky is going to be on that level someday. You know, like the childish hype is still inside of me or something. Like
in a way, we're going through that again. You know, here we are with another launch with a mysterious portion of the game that is being hinted at, kind of hyped by Sean Murray, right? And so,
you mean No Man's Sky Next, the new update, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're almost going through it all over again. I just hope with the 505 Games text and description to sell the game, we're not going to get the launch thrown in our faces again.
I don't think they would do that, man. I don't think they would stick up for it. Oh, sorry, good.
No, one thing is just gnawing at me all the time. the one thing about No Man's Sky which hyped me up like the most of everything was that it was to be a one consistent universe like Star Citizen, you know. So like I'm still kind of hoping that they are still going to put that through in the end, but I'm really afraid that it's not gonna happen. What do you guys think about it?
I think the center of the galaxy is what it was always supposed to be. Okay, I think he was trying to entice us to go there because that's the main game loop for No Man's Sky. Sean Murray said it was like Journey, you know, and so the idea about No Man's Sky was to explore and head to the center, and he was trying to entice us to get there because in one interview he said to some, getting to the center is going to be like, okay, I did it. I can put the gamepad down, move on to the next game. And then he said, but to others, people will be like, wow, okay, this is like a new beginning. That to me,
would ever change that?
Huh?
Is it? Because I never reached the center yet.
Do you think they would ever change the mechanics of the center? Like, I never played the game, so I don't know. Like, what if you got to the center and they give you a choice? Like,
well, I think they could after, you know, seeing what the public wants, because that's what they said that they wanted to do, was listen to the public, listen to the community and things like that. So I think that's definitely a possibly.
Like, it would be cool to have your own trade post, like, or like, you know, once you get to the center, like, I don't know what if they would do that, you know, well, not like a paywall. I wouldn't be, you know, a paywall because you don't pay nothing, but like to get there to actually see people. Like, I doubt they would do that, but like, it'd be cool if you got to the center and they like give you like choices to like have your own trade post, or I don't know if they have like different ships and stuff either. Like, you know, can you get different ships in No Man's Sky? Like, or are they all like the same ship?
Well, you can get different ships, and some of them handle slightly differently. There's not much difference between the ships, except for just, okay, hey, I got this big hauler. You know, this has got a lot of inventory space, and I could use it for collecting resources and selling it in another star system at a higher rate.
Yeah, I would like to see more PvE stuff. Like, I don't know if there's a lot now, but like, like, I don't know, like battles to take over stuff. Like, I don't know if that's in there now. You know, like, 'cause they said, you know, you can fight, you know, like other ships, but I think that would be
want to
cool if
see.
you can.
Yes, I want to see stuff like Destiny raids, you know, like that in No Man's Sky. I really do. I hope that comes.
I want
we got a new caller. We got Liam. Liam, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
What's up?
I'm doing good, man. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. I'm sitting here talking to Jeremy and Leonard, and I don't know. We're just you know, talking about random things about No Man's Sky. What brings you on today?
Well, talking about Star Citizen No Man's Sky, I'm a really big fan of Star Citizen, and if one thing I wanted to see at the start of the game was, I think he briefly talked about it, like it's like not even a sentence, it's a little blurb of something, and I've always wanted to see like landing on asteroids in the game or like comets or something like that. I feel that would be really cool.
It really would. And, you know, there's something inside the game about a weapon attachment for your multi-tool that actually talks about how it would be, it's used for mining asteroids.
On your multi-tool?
Yeah. Yeah, there's, yep, there's some, the weapon attachment, but it's not used in the game.
That's, well, I guess they're planning then so that you can get out of your ship in space then.
Exactly.
Well, you can't do that now. You can't get out of your ship and just like use your booster like in
no, not in
space.
Not in space. No.
Not yet.
See, in Star Citizen they have that, which is I find that.
Yeah,
really
I
cool.
seen that. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was amazing.
That's when I seen that big new ship they had. Like this guy just seen it parked outside of like a station. He was like, "Well, screw it, I'm gonna go in and check it out." And like, it felt like a base, man. Like it was so freaking big. I don't know what it was called. I can't remember.
You can glitch like out of your freighters and stuff, and like just run around. But it's like glitch, and it's not really doesn't really work.
Right. Yeah, there's a way you can't get into space, but it's not worth it. It's just a glitch, and it's not purposeful.
Tying in with Star Citizen, like you know what Grim Hex is? Does anybody know like about Star Citizen, like Grim Hex?
I don't know what Grim Hex is.
Well, Grim Hex is like it's like a small city on one of the asteroids near Yella, which is one of the moons surrounding the starting like planet area, and it's a whole city inside like an asteroid or like a whole like asteroid belt. It's really cool, and I would love to see that in like in Star Systems in No Man's Sky, where you just like teleport in and there's just like a mini civilization just starting like in some asteroids and stuff. You can just land down, trade, just explore and like mine stuff. That would be really cool.
Oh yeah, 100% agree.
It'd be cool if there's like matchmaking too. Like again, I never played the game, so I don't know how it works, but like say if you're going towards a planet or something, or like what if every person had this one star that you could go to, and that was like the hub, okay? Like everyone's map that played No Man's Sky, even though the whole map was different than somebody else's, what if that one area, as soon as you started going to it, it would start like matchmaking you to like a server or something, let's just say, right? And you can like land in like a trade post, or like you can actually see. Oh, no, go ahead.
Everything in the game is the same for everybody.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you went, if you went to my planet and we both looked at a rock that was on the ground, we'd both see the same rock or the same blade of grass. So it's the same entire universe for everybody.
And you can see like orbs of different people. If
right, yeah, you could like you could see.
I'm saying once you went into this thing, though, like you're not just orbs. Cause I've seen it. Like I'm talking about, like you can actually see your person, like not just an orb.
Yeah, that's coming.
But like.
Yeah. That's
Destiny.
probably the next
I never
update.
played. I hate Destiny, just to be honest. But like how they have those like little hub areas where you can like see people. Like it'd be cool if they had something like that where you can be like, hey, I want to go, like I don't know, like a PvP fight. Like I would like a battle like that, like a 6v6 ships, or be able to shoot each other. That'd be pretty cool. I think like to where
I think stuff like that is coming. Because they are going to be improving the multiplayer, and I'd bet $100 that we're going to be able to see each other as avatars, right? I bet $100. It's almost a shoo-in.
Probably in
The
this
space
next
battles
relaunch.
could definitely be improved. Like space fighting.
Right.
It's a way in No Man's Sky. I mean, it's way too static. I think. You know, what they should like add that different speeds of the ships are like better like overall relative to each other. So, you know, like every time, for example, I am flying in space and I'm come across some pirates, all I have to do is just like throttle down completely, almost flying backwards, so I can aim better, so I can shoot the pirates down one by one, instead of just like chasing each other and like you saw in the earliest trailers, you know. Like
I would like to see a mothership shooting at me, man. Like you. Or I don't like Star Wars either. I know people are gonna hate me for that. I play a lot of. I buy every game that comes out on console almost, except for Star Wars and Destiny and like Overwatch. But like, I played the Star Wars beta, and there was like those big motherships, or like kind of like the COD, you know, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. You know, when you're in your ship and you're shooting those big ships. That would be cool, man. Like, I don't know if that's in it, you know, but
they'll shoot at you.
Yeah, they'll start shooting, and then they'll set out like drones, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, they'll shoot at you.
The police will come out.
Yeah, if you attack them, you're definitely in trouble. Yep.
Yeah.
I think there's been enough games out. Like when did No Man's Sky come out? 2016.
Best.
I thought it was 15. All right, well, plus development time, okay, for this game. So just imagine this. It's been years, man, like since the first day they started coding for this game. There's been a lot of games come out, Elite Dangerous, you know, even though it's Star Wars mechanics, you know, COD ship. You know, they've seen all these games what people want, so I'm pretty sure they're going to do it right, this update, and give people a big surprise.
Exactly. But the thing is, the whole direction. Yeah, I agree with you. But the whole direction and the way No Man's Sky was actually being presented, but a lot of people just made a lot of stuff up in their head, was that No Man's Sky was this sci-fi looking, 70s sci-fi looking game where you had a journey to the center, and that was it. And not the center was not what was important, but it was the journey there. Got some weird sounds. I think that's you, Snow.
Is that me?
Yeah, I think so.
Because I'm hearing it too.
Oh,
it
yeah,
sounds like it sounds like you're in Subnautica.
Yeah, Subnautica, that's awesome, man. Like
it is. Great game.
The thing is that I'm hearing it too, and I can't hear my own voice.
You have to unplug your mic and plug your mic back in, because I think last time we were on there was like that same. It sounds like someone like I'm not saying like a duck. It's like a. It sounds like I can't describe it, dude. It's like a.
We got Hidden Jew on the show. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, Cobra?
Not much, man. Not much at all, dude. Just talking about some random things, actually. Just a lot of really random things. We got Jeremy from the Xbox community. He's waiting to play No Man's Sky, so that's interesting.
What's up?
We'll bring you on the show.
Earlier, I did hear Jeremy talk about how he didn't really like VR. Bro, if you ever get a chance to try VR, please
it's not that I don't like VR, man. I just, for an Xbox person, like having a stale year, like right. I would prefer that. Like I've seen, games with VR. I'm more into graphics, man. Like I love nice looking games, and like don't get me wrong, there's some good VR games, but I think I know VR is coming. I think they took the VR off of the list because it wasn't ready yet. Like even Sony, like they didn't have a lot of games for a while. Now there's a bunch of games for it, but I don't think they were ready yet for it, especially them trying to get their HoloLens out and stuff. And I don't think, that's going to be way too much for Xbox, I think, for like casuals to buy. But like I said, there's a lot of VR. Oculus, they're coming out with their updated version of theirs. So I'm really thinking like, we might get it. It'd be cool. I can't say I don't like it because I never tried it, but I like playing games. I don't know, man. Like I want some new games to come out, man. Like, we have some games this year, but I want some surprises, not VR. But if it is VR for a space game, I'm down. For sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, see, I used to be on board with Ware being a VR for Xbox, but then Cobra's idea with the whole Sam bringing Apprentice to No Man's Sky and then maybe turning that engine into Ware, that clicked for me and makes so much sense, Cobra. I just wanted to say that.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not.
Right.
And I've probably given like 5 different theories of what Ware is, and I don't know. Whenever somebody tries to convince me that it's VR, I end up shaking my head, going, yeah. and then when someone tries to talk me out of it, and I'm like, oh yeah, no, it's not VR. I know. Yeah, it's like, but at the end of the day, you got to think this is a fictional Waking Titan site, and it's probably nothing to do with an actual hardware. But at the same time, I think to myself, the developers, they got to, Hello Games, they got to be seeing this, and if they don't speak up, it could create a whiplash, backlash.
What trips me out is that they broke immersion the first time with the first ARG and saying, hey, the Atlas passes aren't beta key. But the fact that we're almost going through that same thing and they haven't came out yet and denied VR kind of makes me sit there like twiddling my thumbs, like maybe, you know what I mean? It's such a mystery.
Unless they're sitting back saying, hey, we can wash our hands clean with this.
What does No Man's Sky run at, man? Like with like frame rate on PS4? Is it like 30 frames, right?
Yeah, I think it's 30.
So was it going to be even possible to have VR on for that? Like don't VR have to be like 60 or 120 frames, or I can't remember what it was, but like ain't there like it has to be like a ridiculous frame rate, man? Like
Agony is going to be released and it's going to have a VR mode, but with Agony, it's that's coming out on Xbox too. But with Agony, you're going to have a VR mode, and the whole game's not going to be in VR.
Yeah,
so
just like
imagine.
All right. So if it does come out of VR, it's not going to be a whole experience. Just like GT Sport, I heard has VR, but it's not the whole game, right? Or whoever has VR right now, can you like say if it's like the whole game for the GT Sport? Like, is it the same game as playing with a controller?
I don't know.
You're talking about with
I'm gonna have to go.
Who's this?
Liam. I'll see you guys later.
Okay, buddy.
All right, man.
Take care, man. Thank you for coming on the show.
I'll let somebody else get in here.
Hey, Cobra, how's it going? I just realized you added me to the call. I was like, hey.
What's going on, Frag? How you doing, buddy?
Much. Oh, I'm doing all right. Been playing the No Man's Sky.
We got a donation from Ivy Mike. Says, I challenge you to a... Oh, my God. What?
Yeah, that's...
B?
Yeah, I think that's what's his name. With the black and white picture.
Oh.
He's popping up, like the noise. I think you have to unplug your mic, man, and plug it back in.
Ivy Mike, I don't know if you used to see what I used to do in GTA, but I'm sure you don't want to dogfight me. Because I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at dogfighting. I act like a goofball in the Revenge of the Survivor, but I'm really good at dogfighting.
I've seen him. I can attest to this. As a good pilot myself, Cobra's pretty damn good. I wouldn't go up against him, and I'm crazy.
Thanks, dude. Thanks.
You're welcome.
What brings you on the show, Frag?
Nothing.
Hey,
I was just listening to you guys, and I figured I'd come in and shoot my 2 cents whenever anybody needs a developer's point of view on things.
Snow, I think it's your mic, dude.
I had my mic muted the entire time.
Muted?
Yeah.
No, it's not him, man. I'm seeing what's his name stuff pop up. Every time it does the noise, it's I can't remember what his name is. It was the guy that came in with me. Has that black and white picture at the bottom. It keeps popping up. Yes, I think it's Leonard's mic because every time it does that noise, I see his stuff keying up.
Yeah, it's definitely him.
Leonard, if you're not speaking, can you keep it on mute? And then unmute it when you need to say something?
Yeah, it's okay.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate it, man.
Wait, it's not on mute now, so wait.
Oh.
Wait, it was on mute?
No, it wasn't. No,
Okay.
Now it is.
Okay, sorry, Frag. Go ahead, buddy. Ivy Mike. Oh, hold on. Hashtag Ivy Mike in the chat. I'm sorry, I forgot to thank him. Thank you so much, Ivy Mike. Yes, we will go at it. I promise you. All right, so go ahead, Frag. What was you saying?
Oh, I was just saying that I figured I'd just step in here and throw in my 2 cents whenever we need a developer's point of view on things. You know me.
Yeah,
I've been enjoying myself, though. Like, I've been playing No Man's Sky nonstop for days now. It's been nice. It's the most relaxing game ever, I swear. It is. It literally, when you're having a terrible day, it's there, you know.
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. And, you know, it's good when you take a couple of days off and you come back to it. It feels so good. Like, I can't explain it. I really can't. But it's always good, like, when you get bored doing a certain path, like, oh, okay, I got that built. Now what do I do? A couple of days later, you turn it on, you're like, oh, yeah, I want to go do this. And then it takes you through at least 10 hours of gameplay. And if you're not careful, that'll be 10 hours straight.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. I'm actually taking my freighter and attempting to actually fly to the center of Bendalinger. So it's going to be absolutely amazing since my freighter's garbage and it only goes, I think, 715 light years. And for whatever reason, I can't find any upgrades. So it's going to be a long haul. I'm hoping to get there before they release the update in the summer.
Oh, yeah, I do too. Lurigan.
It takes that long?
Lurigan, I believe.
Lurigan, thank you so much for the donation. Says, hey, Cobra, thanks for the lunchtime entertainment with the SubCast. Hey, man, thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Jeremy, what'd you say?
I said it takes that long, like, really in real time when you're traveling in No Man's Sky? Like,
actually, yes.
Holy shit.
If you go in... I'm not going to self-advertise. That's just terrible. But last year, I actually flew to... My buddy Scandal was in a system, and I was about... According to the what's that map program called?
Pilgrim Star Path.
Yeah, the Pilgrim Star Path. I was only about 5 squares away. And no kidding, it took me 2 weeks to fly my ship. And this is before freighters. From where I was... to my buddy Scandal, and my ship could do 2,500 light years.
So that just tells me, dude, this game ain't meant to be rushed, man. Like that one guy that beat the game before it came out, like it tells me that like you want to explore planets when you see them, and like that would just be boring. I think trying just to travel and just traveling like that. Like, you know, for me, I like exploring.
Oh, agreed.
I'd probably get out and stop and like.
Well, that's what I did, actually, to keep it interesting, is I didn't collect a whole bunch of warp cells. What I would do is I would fill up my warp cells, and I wouldn't make any more, and I'd drive until I ran out, and then I would go collect all the stuff required, fill myself back up again, you know, and keep on going. And believe it or not, it was a blast, but it was in normal mode. I wish I would have done it in survival. It would have been so much fun.
Oh, yeah. See, one of the things that I think the Xbox people are going to miss out on. Uh-oh. Leonard.
Got an echo.
I got to turn my Astros down.
That the Xbox people, they're not going to get the chance to go through is what we went through trying to get to the Galactic Hub back in the old days.
Yes.
You know, we had to use this application that somebody created that mapped out where you were in the galactic map, and we had to, navigate through a secondary application on our computer while we were playing on PS4 to figure out where we were and go through the entire galaxy to get to one place.
Oh yeah,
one place. And when you got there, there's video. I screamed, dude. Because when you get there, that's just part of the journey. Man. The other part is to find that exact star if you want to go to the capital of the Galactic Hub. So that was the hardest part for me. Yeah.
I lucked out, dude. You know how far I was from the Pilgrim Star when I spawned?
How far?
Half a square.
Oh, really?
Yes, and it still took me forever to get
Can
there.
you just can you like just keep restarting your game until you get somewhere you want, or do you always start in the same spot with your game?
You start on the outer edge of
Is it, like,
on the
random?
outer rim. No, you start out on the outer rim. It's random, but it's on the outer rim. So you could be like before, we weren't able to use portals, and until you got to a black hole, it was virtually impossible. There's no way you could ever fly from one end of a galaxy to another. It was just, it would take you literally years of real time in order to do it. But if you use the black hole, you be on the other side, right? Well, you might
Like wormholes.
Yeah,
there's like worm. Holy shit! Like Morgan Freeman, man. we gotta get Morgan on the podcast.
Yeah,
I think I've got him on Twitter. I could ask him.
See, the black holes, they're kind of strange because it doesn't take you only further towards the center, but it also takes you to the left and to the right too. Mm-hmm. So you're going to be traveling a longer distance than the distance to the center. So you're going to have two readings. One read is going to be how closer you are to the center. The other read is how far the black hole actually took you.
Are the black holes random, or are they in?
They're random, but they move you closer.
Yes,
they're random, but they move you closer. They puke you out somewhere else, in a different radius, but closer.
Yeah, whenever I found out about the Galactic Hub back in the day, it took me a month to get there from where I was at. And it was an incredible journey. And like Cobra said, as soon as you get there, like I started doing push-ups. I literally dropped down and did like probably 20 push-ups and was just like, holy crap, that was insane. Then I found out Cobra was close to the hub, and I literally found his star like a needle in a haystack from the Galactic Hub. It was like right on the outside edge of it. Finally found Endoria. It took me 3 days to get to Endoria, and that was a lot of fun. And I miss those days, by the way.
I do too, man. I miss that planet so much. And it was so beautiful before the reset, and it was just like disgusting.
So there is resets then, because that was my next question. Like, I think I asked this before about PC and PS4. So your guys' universe, are they different than PS4 and PC, or is it the same universe?
I think they're the same, aren't they? The same seed, but just not connected.
Yeah, I don't think they're connected, but I think they're the same seed. I think if I was to give you coordinates on your PC and to a planet, I think you could actually end up on that same planet on PC. But I'm not 100% sure. As a programmer, I would say yes, but it largely depends on if the seeds are the same.
Like the reason why I was asking, because when Xbox comes out, it would be cool to see other people's stuff that's named, but like, so it's going to be reset for us. Like, when we go in, we're not going to find a planet somebody else found on PS4, right?
I don't think so. No, because
you
guys are going to name your own stuff.
That wouldn't be considered cross-platform, and unless it was like multiplayer. But that would be cool though if they did kind of do well, it's not cross-platform, but it's the same universe and it's all connected. That would be cool.
Well, technically speaking, following the story, they could. Sorry, I cut you off.
I wish they would do that, but if I name something on PS4, it does not show up on PC. So if I name something on PS4, it's not going to show up on Xbox.
That's.
I mean, the planet will be there, but the name won't. You'll be able to still name it and claim it.
Unless Hello Games would make their own platform, like Epic with Fortnite. Maybe that's
I hope so. That'd be cool.
That would be awesome, I guess.
I will drop kick my door off the hinge if they do.
I want to introduce a new caller we have on. He's been sitting on here for a few minutes. Jamie, how you doing, bud?
Hey, man. Good to hear you again.
Yeah, definitely. This is awesome to have you back on the show. Where brings you on tonight, man?
Well, I just popped on YouTube, so you were doing a little subcast, and I had the abrupt leaving of the last time my internet dropped out, and I couldn't get back, and I was very upset.
Yeah, we had that same thing happen to us. I ended up getting cut off right there at the end because we had this real big boom, and then all of a sudden I was in the darkness.
That sounds
I don't know what happened. Yeah, it was a little scary. But
I'm actually just working on my own trailer. Like I know a couple of other people have been doing it, so I'm just working on my own right now, and I should have that up by tonight, hopefully.
So, are you working on your own like No Man's Sky trailer, or are you making a fake game trailer for the ARG?
No, it's just a No Man's Sky trailer. I don't have the creative skills to make my own fake game trailer, unfortunately.
Oh, they're pretty simple. You could do it. You just a couple texts saying, just show a screenshot and call it a teaser, and then give a brief description. A procedural nightmare coming this summer. It's easy.
Sweet.
Procedural nightmare for the programmers. Oh my god.
I was actually I was wondering if I could just touch on something you were talking about a few minutes ago about the VR potentially not running because of the frame rate.
I was just about to ask that too again, and I was about to hop in and say I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I want to ask the developer. But yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I don't know if they're going to potentially do some optimizations to the engine, or if a lot of VR games, the graphics do get somewhat dumbed down as well. So I don't know if they're going to sacrifice resolution to get a higher frame rate. I don't know if that's something they're going to do if there is VR in the game. I don't know if that's how that works, but
I had a question too for Frag, real quick. It would be cool to see VR. Okay, now for you guys that have PS4 and maybe PCs, all right, would you guys really want to would you guys want VR over some of the other stuff that you guys could get? Because VR, there's some games, just like I was asking about GT Sport, you don't play the whole game in VR. In some games, you only play a portion of it. Just like, I think the only game that really came out, like AAA, was Resident Evil, and you could play a whole game in it. But just the movement system and stuff, I would... just like he was saying, dumbed down graphics. From what I've seen, I would want more features instead of VR. But that's just me, though. I don't know.
As a developer, I would 100% agree with both of you, because you got to understand now when you're doing. I've played with it a little bit in Unreal, and I've played with it for a little bit in Unity, and the requirements are actually. They're very, very CPU and GPU intensive because, first of all, you've got the camera which needs to record your movement, and it's got to calculate all that movement. So for the faster you move, the faster you go, the lower the frame rate, right? Which is why the graphics are dumbed down. Plus, you also have to remember you now have to render to 2 cameras. Now, I've got several systems. Most of them are older. I don't like building or developing on a new system. Why? Because if I do, then people who are buying my game need to buy a brand spanking new system with a brand spanking new video card. So I kind of keep my stuff about 2 years to a year and a half, downgraded from what's currently available. And what I've noticed on my poor old MacBook when I was doing it on Unity, I was basically just destroying my computer. And I couldn't believe it. I actually gave up. And then I tried it on my development box in my basement, and it was basically the same thing. So unless you're running a brand new system with brand new stuff, you can't have really high definition graphics in VR.
And that's what I was saying earlier too. If next gen is for PS5, because I don't care what anybody says, dude. They're both going to drop the same time. It might be a few months apart, but it's either going to be. I believe it's going to be 2020, okay, to give these new CPUs. We're not going to get the Jaguar CPUs no more. Like the X uses a form of the Jaguar, but it's I don't know, more customized than the PS4 and the Xbox, but the Jaguar CPUs are going to be gone, next gen. So we're going to see more 60 frames games on PS4 and Xbox. Our graphics are going to be so close together. Nobody's going to be talking about, PS4 looks better than Xbox this game, or Xbox looks better than this. Next generation is going to look a lot the same. I think
you're absolutely right. Well, the thing is that when you're dealing with hardware, the PS4 and the Xbox One are very similar. They're even running on basically the same architecture. Right, and the thing is that there's very little difference. The only difference between the PS4 has a faster bus, right? The original. I'm not talking the One X or the PS4 Pro. Yeah, so you're dealing with bus speed. They're basically the same. They're basically the same CPU. I really haven't delved into the hardware all that much because, it's expensive to get my hands on a dev kit for one of these machines, either of these machines really, and there's very little difference in between your consoles. The thing is if you're going to buy a console, you're buying it based on the exclusive games or the availability of games for said platform. So if you go, well, PS4 is better than Xbox, well, you can say that all you want. You're just a fanboy. You know what I mean? It doesn't really matter. It depends on, where are the developers going. If you want a successful platform, you target the developers. The developers are actually more important than the players, because the developers are making the games for your platforms, and they're the ones that are paying off your hardware. Because a PlayStation 4, from the time you buy it, is like, you got to understand, Sony is taking a hit on every system they sell.
Next gen they will be too, man. Like, especially because everybody talked about the X. I've heard Sony fans say it when it before the X came out, and Xbox fans. It's not going to be 500 or like next gen. I think both are going to take a big hit. Like, we're going to have $600-700 machines for like $400 or $500. There's no way they're going to go over 500 again. What was the PS3 for?
PS3 was like $599, I think.
Yeah. Now it was for the cheap version. I think there was a more expensive version, to be honest with you, with a bigger hard drive.
There was a 20 gig and a 60 gig launcher. I remember that.
Next gen, they're talking GDDR6, and then I guarantee we're going to have at least some form of, the new Ryzen CPUs. The Jaguars going to be gone. So next gen, I think, if this game's still around, maybe we can get VR. But, I wouldn't want a half-ass experience for someone that never had played No Man's Sky, that never tried VR. I would rather want more features like multiplayer and, trading posts, see my friends, and instead of a half-ass 3-hour experience or some type of a little experience for VR. That's my take on
Agreed.
VR.
It's gimmick, right? It's gimmick, right? The thing is which would you rather play? Would you rather play Super Mario World, or would you rather play Super Mario Paint? One's a gimmicky. If it was
the ship, if you could drive the ship in VR, because I heard in VR, if you have your headset on in VR, you can watch movies and stuff, right? You're in like a theater or some, there's a screen, you're sitting in a theater, when you watch a movie on VR. That's what I heard. What if you could play the game in VR, okay? Play it inside the theater, but once you get inside your ship, maybe you can drive your ship in VR. That would be cool. Being able to get into the ship.
It really would.
Because just imagine getting out of your ship on the planet, right? Then you're gonna have them stupid. And I hate movements on VR, dude. Like Doom. How you click a button and you teleport to the next spot.
It's like Skyrim.
Who wants to do that on No Man's Sky, dude?
Right.
No, you're absolutely right.
For fans, that would be boring, I think.
I want to introduce a couple new callers. We got the returning Grammy. Grammy's on the show today. How you doing, Grammy?
Hey, Cobra. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's such a pleasure to have you on the show. It's been so long. It's been too long.
I know. It's about once a month I visit you. I was going to get on last time, but I got sick, so I couldn't get on. So.
That stinks.
Silver wanted me to jump on tonight, so I said, okay, I'll jump, see if I can.
Well, it's awesome to have you. Real quick, Grammy, I also want to introduce Jeremy we have another Jeremy on the call. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Cobra, this is Jeremy, Mad Hacks. I finally made it back on, man. I just wanted to say hi and catch back up with y'all, man. I miss all you guys. I was out of state for a little while, but I'm glad to be back and be at home with my PS4 again, firing it back up. And it's good to hear everybody talking, man. I'm just here to listen in and have fun.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So what are you doing in No Man's Sky right now?
Well, right now, kind of what happened, I had to, bad thing happened to my PS4. I guess I had to initialize my PS4. I didn't have my game saved, so I'm having to start over. But that's not a bad thing in No Man's Sky. That's one of those games that I don't mind starting over, And so I'm not real upset about it. So I'm starting over all the way back over, but I'm kind of starting to build back up. I'm heading back out into the galaxy again. I'm getting back into it. But yeah, I had to initialize my PS4 and I didn't have it saved. So I'm starting over. But like I said, with a good game like No Man's Sky, I don't mind it. It doesn't bother me. Any other game, I'd have a big problem. I probably wouldn't play it again. But No Man's Sky. Right.
Yeah, I've had to do that twice since Atlas Rises. I've had to restart my game twice. Not because of the game. Stupid decision making on my part.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
But it's been fun.
Yeah, I've made some stupid decisions too. So this is kind of not a bad thing. So I'm kind of, I'm good with it. It's all good.
Yeah, definitely.
If I may get a couple notes in.
Sure, go ahead, buddy.
Okay, so a couple things I noticed in the game and with the update. Excuse me. If I start coughing loudly, it's because I've been having a pretty serious cough for like days now. So I apologize if I mute myself or cough really loudly. So anyway, one of the things that I could be speculating about in regards to No Man's Sky Next and the Xbox release is if No Man's Sky releases on Xbox first and then next, how would that work? Because players who get the game would have to experience another reset of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah, that would make sense.
So that wouldn't work out very well. So I'm thinking Next would come out first, then Xbox, or perhaps at the same time.
I would like
I
to
think
take
the
them
same
out
time,
first.
man.
Well,
this is also under the assumption that we are having a reset, which is highly likely.
I wouldn't be surprised if they released the update first to, because you know how Atlas Rises had quite a few bugs when it came out, and they had to patch it in numerous patches throughout the weeks. I'm suspecting that they're going to probably get us to beta test the patch, and then when it's all good, because like I mentioned last time, the game's going to go through re-review. If it's full of bugs, then it's going to get scored down again, and I think they probably just want to be sure it's all good before it gets ported.
Well, it makes logical sense to actually release the update before, like it makes sense to release the update and then the game, because like and then next, because it's logical progression. Resetting the game twice, in such a short period of time doesn't make any sense. So it's definitely going to go the update first. I mean, that's the way I would do it. I would release the update. I'd probably give it 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a month, to make sure all the bugs are worked out, and then release it for the Xbox.
I don't think you can do that though, man. Like that's what I was going to say.
You have to.
I've been in a lot of betas and alphas. All right, this game is already out. It's already gold. All right, they're probably already internally testing this. Once there is a release date, dude, and they're like, I've never heard of a game. All right, let's just say like Fallout or no, what is it? Just came out, Far Cry 5, right? Say that they're not gonna delay the release date like for a game that's already out. I don't see them dropping it and then give Xbox a release date, the digital release date, the physical release date. And all of a sudden, there's a bug. We're not going to release it till a month later. I don't see that happening for a game that's already out. I mean, I could be wrong though. It just sounds weird.
It makes sense that them releasing it on PS4. We're used to the bugs. We're used to the updates and going through crazy crap. So if they could get that kind of tuned up a little bit better, so that way they could see the problems when it actually goes worldwide, because they might not see those issues testing it there in house. Otherwise, they wouldn't have to fix the bugs when they released them to us on PS4 every single time.
That's right.
I think that two things need to happen. Hold on. Two things need to happen. And the reason why they need to give it to PS4 is because the ARG is going on. I don't think that they're going to be doing the right kind of advertising for this game for Xbox because of the ARG. The ARG is not going to, the ARG is giving us hints to what's going to be next. In order to sell this game and market and advertise this game the right way, 505s is going to have, or Microsoft is going to have to advertise this game with a brand new trailer, with brand new content, which would totally step on the toes of the ARG, right? It just cancel that. It may as well not. You can't have both. It's not possible.
I'd rather have a non-broken game, anyways. Because remember when you said it's like what June 29th. So say if that is the release date, right? June 29th. It's what, 2 weeks after E3. So if Xbox got it June 29th. If PS4 got it, let's say like I don't know, May, the update, then that would be good then because the release date's already there and it ain't getting pushed back past June 29th. So maybe they could do it like that. Because I'd rather have a non-broken game too and have you guys test it. You guys know about the game more than Xbox people, so
see that's kind of crazy that there's 2 dates floating around out there. You got June 29th and you got July 24th. Both of those do not seem like placeholder dates. And one of them's GameStop is telling people that the street date for No Man's Sky is going to be July 24th. And then there's another date that's been leaked by Amazon that is June 29th. My theory.
What's the days on that?
My theory. I think they're both. I don't know. One's Tuesday and one's Friday. But here's my theory about that. I think one's the update date and the other one's the release date for the Xbox.
See, that
That's what I was thinking.
That makes sense.
Exactly what I was
Makes
thinking.
sense.
And also, the second thing I wanted to mention in terms of the game was, I'm sure we're all know. I'm sure we all know about this, but there are actually some unused tech in the game. Like, for instance, if you look at the technology page in the guide, for those of you who are in the game, the guide section of the options menu, technology, page 5, between the exocraft mounted cannon and that upgrade, there is a strange tech that resembles, well, one of the minus spoiler alert, people, that resembles one of the Atlas Stone thingies, those Atlas Stone items from Atlas Rises. It's weird, but I guess my total speculation here is that grenades. I mean, sure, there's half grenade things in the exocraft module, the exocraft cannon, but perhaps something bigger AOE, perhaps. And another thing I wanted to mention was that the exocraft mining lasers have unused upgrades.
Right, they do. And one of them is to help mine on asteroids.
Could be, but that's exocraft though. Exocraft's on asteroids?
Wait, no. Oh, you said exocraft or multi-tool?
Exocraft.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Although there's an idea. Oh my gosh, that's an idea. Ships carrying exocrafts, which carry
Jeremy.
upgrades.
Yeah. Not Xbox Jeremy, but the PS4 Jeremy. Have you been following the ARG?
Yes, I still have. I sure have.
All right. What is your theory on where?
Like where?
It's something I'm obsessed about right now. Yeah, where? It's in the advertisement for Next. It's part of the ARG. It's a website just like Super Lumina, just like all those other sites. But this one is trying to make itself look socially real. It's tweeting at Elon Musk. It's tweeting coming soon at Popular Mechanics. It's tweeting coming soon at IFL Science. It's on real developers' websites as a platform that they're going to be making games on. And it's saying that it's going to be sending out a dev kit to some winners of us who have to make a fake game trailer and submit it, and they're going to pick 5 people to send a dev kit to. I don't know if they're really going to send a dev kit. They're also offering $1,000 too. I don't know if they're really going to send it $1,000, but this Where thing is trying to make itself look like it's socially real, and then asking us to create these fake game trailers, which is flooding YouTube and kind of like deceiving anybody looking for new games.
When are they due by? Them trailers. When are they due by?
20th of this month.
Yeah, 28th.
So what if they use one of those trailers for the big relaunch reveal?
No. These are really weird game ideas. They have nothing.
Yeah, these are different. This is where people have created a concept for a game. Some of them are very, very elaborate. I did one, but mine's not as elaborate because I just didn't have the ability to do any.
Oh, it's not No Man's Sky based.
Or nothing. No, they're more
wow. See, I'm confused, man.
I keep saying I should release one of my games.
See, I'm going to tell you this right now, and I don't like. I'm going to state this. I got to state it. I don't like how this is going, and I'm going to be honest with you right now. Okay, I've been thinking about if I'm going to say this or not, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I don't like how this is all playing out. I don't like how Waking Titan is going, and it's going to get in the way with the advertising for a good marketing campaign for the launch of No Man's Sky on Xbox. It's going to get in the way with it. I also feel like the text on 505 Games, if that is not true, they need to do something about it. Because if those and if VR is not going to be in the game, they need to come out and they need to say something about it. Because all those things that I mentioned are going to create a huge damn mess when this game launches. Everything that I just mentioned.
Yes, and right, and I think that Xbox launch is to me is important. It's I'm excited for that community to come in. I've been waiting for the Xbox people to get theirs because they're, and I'm like you. I don't want that big release messed up, and then it's going to steer some of the people away that may have been thinking about coming. So yeah, I get that.
I also feel, like with Jeremy over here, the other Jeremy, who's waiting to buy this game on Xbox. He's got no idea what's going on. There's so much of this weird information that he can't tell what's part of the game, what's not part of the game.
Troll, man. Like what? I know. Like it sounds like what if this is a big troll? Like why is everyone trusting this whatever this is?
Because it's Allison Smith. It's Allison Smith.
Yeah, it's created by the same people as before.
Yeah.
Right. It's created by the
Huh?
Are we 100% certain about that?
Oh yeah. It's Allison Smith.
Is it confirmed?
I can confirm it. Yeah.
It was confirmed by an Allison Smith employee who is not running that part of the game, but works on Allison Smith and other ARGs. That has been confirmed through the game detectives and quite a few other places. So
a lot of people say they put the Where thing on the next advertisement for Xbox, so that way they can pull guys like Jeremy into the ARG so they know what's going on. But I think doing that actually makes it more confusing for somebody from the Xbox community. Right. And I just don't like how this is going down.
Especially not knowing the lore or like all this crap, man. Like I'm hearing it just, I don't know. So I love hearing it. Don't get me wrong, man. It's interesting.
The ARG should have built up to the next advertisement and then stopped there, and then somewhere release the PlayStation update first. That way you can get the Xbox community to look at No Man's Sky again and actually get pumped for it, because most people that I talk to at work that have Xbox are not excited for No Man's Sky. Why? Because they've heard the backlash, and they haven't seen this new No Man's Sky that I come and speak of. So it's like you need it out there so that Xbox can look at it and run to GameStop.
Exactly.
Especially considering you can pick it up at GameStop for like $13 right now. Like you figured $13 for over $200 worth of DLC. I'll take it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder if Hello Games is going to do that once they see they're not pre-ordering on Xbox like they expected, and then hopefully somebody in the studio says, well, maybe they need to see something first. Like that should be like your first thought, like anyways.
Right.
Well, like I was saying the other day, they have. Sorry, go ahead. No, I was saying the other day, Xbox has inside Xbox this new thing that they're doing each month. So, and they did Sea of Thieves, before it launched, and I think they're going to do State of Decay 2, which I can't wait for, man. That's next month. That game looks so much better than the first one. But I think they're going to bring No Man's Sky, or at least Sean Murray maybe, to talk on there. Like it's like an hour long. It's on their YouTube channel, but I think they're going to do that before E3 too, because Xbox isn't about advertisement anymore for some reason. Like they don't like paying for commercials. They'd rather give content to streamers like on Mixer, because they own Mixer now. Give it to Mixer and because it's getting big. Up to Twitch, not as big as Twitch, but it's getting up there. People on Twitch can promote it too, but I think they're going to bring it on inside Xbox.
That's not going to happen if the ARG's running.
Right.
And they need to do either two things: stop the ARG right now and market the heck out of this game for Xbox, or tailor the ARG to be more detailed about what No Man's Sky is about next, and tailor the ARG to where it's more exciting to follow.
Question, man. What is the ARG? Like, is it like a site or like?
It's reality game.
Here we go. Anybody want to take this one?
Thanks, Hello Games.
Can I take that one?
Yes, go ahead, Gravy. We got saved. Go ahead.
So, who's the Xbox Jeremy, right?
Yeah.
That's the okay. So Jeremy, you ever seen The Matrix?
Yes.
All right. So when The Matrix first came out, the first one came out before the second one came out. They made some animated shorts that they threw in there, and they also did a video game. And so all the little things that weren't part of the movie were the alternative reality that existed in our reality. So an alternative reality game is a pieces and puzzles that are to give you extras about a game, or in the case of No Man's Sky, it's to give us history that they're not going to really put in the game. I mean, it's there, but it's not there.
Well, now that you said alternative, all right. So now at least I know what it stands for. I thought ARG was just something. I didn't know it. Okay, gotcha.
So that's what it is.
Confused.
And so instead of like Assassin's Creed that did comic books and a movie, and a lot of places just do comic books and movies, there are a lot of games out there, like Call of Duty, I think is one, and there's a couple of other ones I don't play, that have alternative reality games that are ongoing, that go in between, aren't being sold. Okay. So if you go to Game Detectives, if you Google them, they do a lot of those puzzles games, and they got quite a few of them. And Allison Smith is the company that runs most of them. Not all of them, but most of them. And so you can go and Google them too, and they have a website, and you can check it out, and they'll talk about all their different games that they offer out there. And so the idea is to keep the fans connected to the game while the game is going through different transitions. And in some cases, it can be 2 or 3 years of transitions with these little role-playing games going on with the loyal fans base. And people pop in, people pop out. This ARG is a little different than some of the other ones I've seen, though.
Right.
Basically,
thank
Jeremy,
you. I appreciate it, man. Like,
that
I
was
really
good.
appreciate that.
Very good put.
Basically,
So let
Jeremy,
me
go
tell
to
you
your
what
local
confused,
grocery
man.
store.
Let me tell you how it all started. So a while back during the first Waking Titan, we had some members of our Reddit community, like some of the leaders, moderators of Reddit, the No Man's Sky subreddit, say they got a package from Hello Games, and it was a cassette tape. So they all went to try and find a cassette player to play the cassette tape, and it was just weird noise. And on the other side, it was like music, but on the other side, it was weird noise. Well, when they put the noise through a spectrograph reader, it read a bunch of numbers. Those numbers ended up
It's kind of like an Easter egg, man. Really?
Yeah.
Like zombie Easter egg hunting, dude. Like, I love that. So, all right, okay.
A huge scavenger hunt through reality is what it is.
Yes.
All right. I feel more better, man. Like, I need to get more on the Waking Titan, because when I hear that, I'm thinking it's a big ass Titan that woke up, man. Every time I hear it, dude, that's what I think of, man. Like, I'm so scared to ask you guys what the ARG was. I don't know, man. Like,
hey guys, with that said, I gotta take off for the night. I gotta get some sleep, so I'll talk to you all later. Thanks for having me on, bud.
Man.
Appreciate it.
Okay, Frank. Have a good one, buddy.
Take her easy.
Could I suggest something for Jeremy real quick?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So, Jeremy, my biggest advice for you is to go to your local Kroger and pretty much buy every roll of tinfoil on the shelf and just wrap yourself in it and enjoy the ride.
Who's the person with the Pikachu hat, by the way?
That's
Snow Obsidian, aka the Geeky Pikachu on YouTube.
very cute.
The only thing that's on my phone screen right now.
I'm a big fan of the ARG. Unlike Cobra, I'm a big fan of it, and I like it, but I'm able to.
No, don't get me wrong.
Just worried
Hold
about
on,
it.
Graham. No, I don't want that being history of Cobra TV. No, I love the ARG. Okay? I love the ARG. What I don't like is the timing right now.
Yeah.
With the launch and with the Xbox One players, that's what I don't like.
How could they know that Xbox was coming, though? They can't just stop what they're doing, right? Like,
no,
they were
did.
probably planning this stuff. Okay.
I feel like they kind of did. I feel like that's what held up the ARG the first time, is that this whole Xbox stuff came up, and they were like, what are we going to do? And it just brought everything to a halt. That's why we were all sitting here like, what happened? This is what happened.
Exactly.
They're trying to sort all this out.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I Grammy, I love the ARG. I do.
That's fine. I mean, I'm just thinking. I think it's going to end before one of those dates. I think it's going to end before that June date. Actually,
Well,
whether that has
June
anything
29th is on Friday.
or
So that sounds more
games
like an
typically
update.
release on a Tuesday.
Yeah,
Typically.
so Friday sounds more like an update, like you were saying, Cobra. Like, so June 29th is the update, maybe, and then July, whatever it was, 23rd, you said, or
24th.
Yeah, that's
Which
on
is a Tuesday.
So
yeah,
that gives it enough time to test. I'd say it just didn't sound right at first, but we'll know. I think we'll know a lot more here come June because we're almost there. And I think we'll hear more, like with leaks and stuff. What Microsoft is bringing to E3, and like a few more weeks. I think we'll know some more stuff.
Here's my next question. If they release it on PlayStation first and work out all the bugs and stuff, then they drop it on Xbox, wouldn't they have like a whole nother like bug fix for that whole system? Like just because it runs good on PlayStation 4, is it going to run good on Xbox the first day?
I think with the Xbox and like these games, like the dev kit that they just came out with, man, like it's a really good dev kit. Like how it scales down games, like it has. I'm not sure. I think it's either 16 or 32 gigs of like memory. Like this thing can scale down to a potato. Like I don't think that's the problem. I think they'll have it ported pretty good on Xbox. Like the old hardware, I'm not sure, but I know the X should run it good. I'm pretty sure it all will run good, but I don't know.
I think we lost PS4 Jeremy.
Oh no.
I think he left, or there's a connection error. I'm not sure.
But yeah, no, I'm getting worried. I'm thinking ahead of all the issues and all the problems.
I hear you, because that was kind of the big deal. I was kind of like Jeremy was, because I came into the ARG having played No Man's Sky when it first released, and then I fell out of the loop because the game left the house and I wasn't watching it anymore. And it wasn't until you messaged me and said, hey, you really need to come and check out my podcast and come listen to me. I see you play No Man's Sky. So I did. And then from you, I learned about the next ARG. But I didn't even know anything about Pathfinder or none of that stuff. I just liked the game in its vanilla form. And so I started listening to you. And then I was excited about the ARG. And then some of the people I was hanging out with went a different way with it, but we still had fun. So I think that there are people out there, you're right, they're going to be very confused because it's, they don't know anything about it. But it also might make them, like it did me, go out and research it, because they're going to then go, well, what's this? What's going on? Oh, and they're going to come to you. They're going to start showing up, here on your podcast, or they're going to start listening to the podcast, and they're going to start.
A lot of people,
all that.
A lot of people in our community don't even care about the ARG. Let alone.
I was going to say that, man. Like we don't need. We haven't even played the game yet. So why do we need the ARG if we haven't even played the game yet? Like
I agree.
we just need good YouTubers. Like, just like the real media, I'm not even going to get in that crap, but I don't like watching the real media nowadays because it's just biased, I think. Same with IGN, with game news. No, I go to alternative people, like you were talking, you were looking into, Crossfire and all that. Like, I love those guys, like, but if we get like that trailer or that review that you did, and like we start sharing that stuff and actually get people to see the real No Man's Sky, just like we won't have to listen to IGN telling us that there is a problem, or we'll know for ourselves that it's a good game. Like I believe it's going to be a good game just by watching you guys and hear you guys talking. Like there's nothing that somebody can say to me from IGN or like a hater that I'm not going to play it, because I'm definitely going to play it now. Just need more people like you guys talking about the game.
Right.
The vanilla form of it. Like we don't have all the bugs like you guys did, and we have more stuff than you guys did at the beginning. Well, we will, when it launches. So
yeah,
right. I don't need no RG or backstory until I get into the game, I think, but I'm not sure. I just don't know what it is. The lore or anything yet. So,
all right.
There's a lot to it.
Yeah.
I had a theory about the where and the dead pits and everything. So my theory on that is that part of it is real because I feel like they're looking for developers in the community. And that's just me. So that's like a tinfoil thing. So don't anybody go run out and go, whoa, but it has the feel of a scouting video.
I don't think so.
I don't know if you've seen some of those, but sometimes people will put out an advertisement on their website when they're looking for people to just kind of send stuff in, like send in a resume or a portfolio or like that. And it's got the portfolio feel to it while being a contest. And that's how I have entered other ones that are kind of got that feel like that, where you send in, art forms or you send in storylines or plays that you've written on the thing that you're interested in. So that's the feel that I get from it. And I think that's, maybe they're not clear with it and maybe it's not going that way, but that's the feel I have. And that would be really cool.
Yeah, it would be. But the ones that they showcased in the email, their 3 favorites out of everything, all of them so far, are obviously not developers. It's obviously fans just trying to play along with the ARG, and they know that. But those are their 3 favorites.
But they're still ideas. Do you see what I mean? So an example is I about 5 years ago, there was a comic book that I was really interested in, and they had a contest, and what they wanted you to do was send in ideas and artwork for a new hero. And you didn't have to draw. I mean, you could just do a stick figure. They didn't care. And one of the winners, it was a stick figure. Like, it wasn't a very good, like people would think an artist was, but they were only looking for ideas. And then they showcased that person's idea and created the picture that how they perceived this person that was described. And it was really cool. But they weren't looking for artists per se. They were more like looking for ideas that they could then incorporate into whatever they wanted to do. So maybe they're looking for ideas for where the ARG might go. Like how would it develop? Like they're trying to get more of a community involvement into it. It just has that feel. Like they really want us to be in the history of the ARG. If that makes sense. Because it's the history of the game, but it's our future. So it's kind of a weird thing, but it just has that feel to it. That's why it's so fun to me, because I did one and I was like, yeah, I can't, make any development parts of it or anything, and sent it in, and, what I would want to see and how it would incorporate, like with No Man's Sky kind of like idea. And it would be a fun idea if they were like, oh, that's a great idea. We're going to take this. And they give you credit for the idea. You know what I mean? And then that's your contribution to being connected to the community.
I think they're further along than that. I don't think they need ideas at the moment. I think, okay, you guys remember when that weird build test showed up on Steam, said old build?
Yes.
I think that's when they first started working on what we're getting. That's next. We never got that. It's still sitting there.
But nothing's been done with it, right? Just sitting there.
It's just sitting there. They're working on it.
Well, with all the stuff that Ray Rod said that was turned off in the game, really got me excited that day to see the potential of what next might turn on a lot of those features, and it's going to be really, really nasty. It's going to be good.
What was that book you guys were talking about? I think it was you, Cobra. Like, I think it was the first day I did come on the show.
Book of
it was
the
like
Travelers?
it showed like pictures of stuff, and you're talking about that one building
it's the art
wasn't
book
in the game.
Yeah.
That's where people gotta look, man. It's the art book. Like, there's stuff in there people said that ain't in the game, so. You can get a lot of ideas what next is just by looking through the art book and seeing what's not in the game, like, because that stuff's it's already drawn out. You know, it's probably coded already. Maybe, who knows? Like,
what's interesting is something Panda mentioned. He said that Hello Games has not, to this day, taken off any of the trailers that people throw in their face.
Yeah.
They're still on Steam. They're still on their YouTube channel.
Oh yeah,
It's
I
like-
just watched them all like just the other day, and actually was convinced because I was telling Panda that I think the E3 graphics were a lot better than now, and he was like, "Bro, go back and watch." And I straight up did, and was like, "Okay, the art style is better, but like there is a rock that I saw that was just complete trash," and I was like, "No, you are right. Okay, hands down."
Yeah.
I think what's interesting is that's still the first one is still the default trailer when you go into the PlayStation Store and look up the game. From when I last checked, it's still the same trailer. If someone goes on there and looks it up, it's like, oh, this is an old
people,
trailer.
I mean, you know, like we need to get used to it, man. Nowadays, games are costing so much money, and nobody wants to pay for DLC. Nobody wants loot crates. So what happens is for games like this. And like Sea of Thieves, for instance, like these games are, I keep saying it, they're getting people service games, man. This game's how old? A lot of this stuff that isn't in the game don't mean it's not going to be in the game once they get enough money to put the stuff into the game. So maybe they didn't take the trailers down because maybe it's coming soon, one day.
Right. It is. It's coming next.
That's
what
the
next.
I think that's what Panda's big point is the reason why they haven't taken them down is because they're going to get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like, no, don't take them down because we're going to get there. So yeah, I think a lot of people think they've been working on this update for a year. I think they've been working on it
It's been
for almost
longer
2
than
years.
that.
Since the beginning. Do you remember back in, I think it was about a year ago, or when the game actually launched a few months after the UK advertising agency investigated them for false advertising, and they found that they didn't do anything wrong.
I wonder why.
Yeah, and I'm thinking maybe they showed them, maybe they said this is coming, etc. I know it's a bit far back, but maybe they said, this is going to be in the game.
And now
I remember Sean Murray saying, not everything's going to be in the game when we ship it. It'll be coming in future patches.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. That's a darn good point. So that would legally get them all out of trouble. Like here's what everybody's wanting. We're just not ready to ship it yet. And here's me saying that it wasn't going to be ready when we shipped it. So we didn't do anything wrong.
Guys, I think I'm gonna call it a night. So
okay.
All right, you all right, bud?
Yeah, it's just I'm a little tired. It's
okay, bud.
Oh, get some sleep, man.
And thank you guys.
Take it
easy.
Thank you for your voice, SubCast.
Yeah, have a good night, dude.
Take care, bud.
Good night,
I had a flu a week ago, man. Dude, I was so sick.
Hey guys, I have to
buddy.
jump off here pretty soon too, but I did want to leave you guys with this idea. I was talking to Panda about this the other day, and what I could see with a multiplayer feature coming, and this would make complete sense. What if they give us the chance to create our own factions with each other, and we're able to do that? And then, like, let's say you're out traveling somewhere and you come across, like, either pirates attacking you, there's, like, way too many, or you come across, like, a freighter that's getting attacked. What if there's a way to... What if there's a way to send out a comms out... Wait, are you there?
Yeah, bud, go ahead.
Oh, I thought I was on a delay, but if there's a way to send out a comms signal to your friend, and then you can like warp in to where they're at and link up and battle like next to each other, I can see my brain is going crazy on what they're going to give us with multiplayer, because I like that is a dead giveaway, but it's like what features come with that? Like it's just it drives me crazy.
Yeah, that would definitely be the best thing since curly fries if they put that in.
It wouldn't be hard to do because Xbox is doing it right now with State of Decay 2 with their club. You send up a flare, and your friend can join the game, help you. They can take whatever they earned in game back to their State of Decay game.
Exactly.
They die with their person. They die with all their shit there. So like, it ain't that it's impossible to do. It's just
it'd be really cool
that they bringing it.
It would be really cool that once you did send out your comms beacon, like your player model is hologrammed into your friend's ship, just like Artemis does whenever they send you a comms thing. Like it's just like that. It's another player being able to link up with each other no matter where you're at, because once that comment is sent to you and you click it, it instantly warp to that system where they're at and then be next to them. So like you're in a battle and now your friend is like, you know, coming
distress signal
hauling. Yes, but it would be like your friend, like hologram character in your ship whenever you needed them. Like I think that'd be really cool.
Possible, because they kind of do that in Monster Hunter World.
I've never played that game.
We've got a call.
You see the other person that's in the character. So as long as you can interact with them. So as long as you have that kind of programming in it, you could do something like that would trigger the picture of it. You do need the bigger power behind that kind of a thing, though. You know, that's a bigger kind of programming thing, because it has to recognize, the program has to see both players and then recognize both players as having avatars, and those avatars then be able to relate to each other.
Yeah. Right. Well, hey guys, I hate to cut this short. I do have to get off here, but Cobra, I've enjoyed it. Thank you for having me on, and keep on keeping on, brother.
Okay, buddy, man. It was a pleasure having you on this call.
I see you, man.
We have the Drunken Tacos on the show. The Drunken Taco, what's going on, Tim?
Hey, I want to say hello to everyone, and I can't help but say hello, Grammy. I know you're here. Is Panda still here? I want to say hi to Panda.
Panda's not here, but he's in the chat, I believe.
Okay, well, hello, Panda, in the chat. Hello, Cobra, naturally. But they bring up something that I think would make a really good feature. And like say if you warp into a system, we all know what happens. I mean, we're exploring, everything's nice. We're not in the mood to do any battles. You warp into a star system, and there is a massive battle with a Sentinel-looking ship. And you're just telling yourself, no, I'm going to turn around. I want to fly to the nearest planet. I want to get away. I just want to land somewhere. Well, what if you had that extra option to pick a person off of your friends list that may be playing No Man's Sky, or maybe No Man's Sky has its own separate thing, say like PlanetSide, where everybody has their own separate names for that game individually, and you just send literally a distress signal to players that are playing online on your friends list. Anybody that's playing online, they get a distress signal. They're out flying, distress signal, warp to this location. It may be on the other side of the galaxy or whatnot, but it would give you the opportunity to play with other players for a moment. I mean, even if you were there to warp into battle with them, talk to them for a second, and it warped you back to the system, that would still give you enough time to do whatever. But I don't know. I kind of see that as being a neat little feature. Just a
maybe that. Wouldn't people take advantage of it though? Like, see, it's cool, I was right there with you. Someone's at the center, then they call their friend in. Like,
well, send them back after the battle and call it like, I don't know. They could make up something crazy like temporary time. It
doesn't really matter if you call them to the center. I mean, the center doesn't really give you a whole lot of stuff except to move to another galaxy. It's not like it's giving you the secret of the winning of the game or anything. All it is a millstone in your gameplay, because you can go to the center. I go to the center and come back and go around, and I'm all over the galaxy.
Fly around it.
You're right on it. I still have faith in the center. I still have faith in the center is going to change. I'm sure we'll still be able to change galaxies and all that.
I hope you have a choice for not playing the game. I hope you have a choice to either go to a different galaxy or you know, whatever it's called, and then or keep the stuff you have and set up your own trading post or
they're going to be changing
more.
They have to change how there's some people right now that are stuck in different galaxies. You can't go back. You can't go back to Euclid. And right now, Euclid is one of the highest populated galaxies there is, but there's other people out there. And if they add multiplayer into the game, in which they're going to be improving on the multiplayer, then you're going to have people who have a game that are stuck out with all their stuff, all their upgrades and everything in a different galaxy, who don't want to create a new game save just to play with other people. So I really think that, I think Panda might have said something that he feels like they might get rid of the multiple galaxies and just put everybody back into one.
I was going to ask you, how many galaxies is there?
256.
All right, I'm gonna throw out something on this. I do not believe that they will get rid of multiple galaxies. What I believe personally is they've always called this game a universe. I believe they will give you a separate warp drive, maybe for your freighter, maybe only your freighter, not your ship, that will give you the opportunity to jump to separate galaxies. Like,
that's a good idea.
I mean, yeah.
We could also use big giant ship portals.
Well, I mean that's true too, the ship portal, but that would make it much harder. I mean, this idea comes from megaton rainfall, for instance. When you're in a galaxy, I mean, you see all these different stars. They all have their own planets. If you pull back enough, then it pulls you out to a galaxy map. Galaxy forever. And I can imagine that if you had an extra warp drive, I want to say specifically on your freighter, because if you put it on the ship, it'll make it too for everybody.
Is a freighter a bigger ship?
Oh, yeah. Freighter.
It's like a mothership.
Can you park your small ship like what's that game I was talking about? The evil game.
You can.
You can park up to like 5 or 6 ships, and you can build your base inside of it.
That's cool.
Oh, it's
depending
awesome.
on your freighter, you can. I have 9 slots in my freighter that I use in my creative. So I have 9 ships that I can carry at any given time in my freighter.
Oh, dear Lord.
Damn. Would you guys be mad if the PvP part wasn't what you guys thought? Like, hear me out. What if the game... what if the PvP, like, how do you have an option to start a new game, creative, whatever? What if there's another option like multiplayer? Now, you click on multiplayer and it's just a battle. Would you guys be pissed about that? Like, if it was like a 8v8 battle and that was your multiplayer.
That would be fine if the battle is over and it pulls everybody back into their normal sense.
I wouldn't be happy. I wouldn't be happy if that was the only multiplayer. But
guys,
no, I would not be happy if that was the only multiplayer.
I
if it
want
was like just
I want the
multiplayer. No,
right? Yeah, I want the multiplayer.
Guys, can
I get kind of picky, but I want it in the game. I want it in the game.
So can I ask you?
No, it's coming. You have no worries on that end. It's coming.
I think there's a little bit of confusion here. Let me try and clear some things up. I would not like if it was the only thing to have PvP deathmatch only, and that's the only multiplayer that we got. I would like to see a mode for everybody to enjoy. So a lot of people don't like PvP, and people voice that opinion to me a lot, and they say no, to ruin the game. I think it should be there for the people that want it, and I think it should be an option so that people that don't want it don't have to play it. And I think that what would be great
to build together, huh? That's what it seems like you guys want is like PvE. You can go on the same planet and build together, live on the same planet. That'd be cool.
I want
Cobra puts up a good point. Cobra puts up a good point. I mean, think of Grand Theft Auto. When you join a Grand Theft Auto match online, you're in the map with a specific amount of players, depending on how many the server can hold. If you want to play a version of that online, you pick a mode, and then you'll play it with other players. So I can see No Man's Sky doing that. I mean, it will put you up and say, hey, there is this many players in the universe at a time. And I want to play online mode, pick the mode, go to the mode, play the mode. You might get 1 or 2 players that you don't recognize around. But I also think they should make it to where you can only scan for a certain distance based on where your ship is. That way all the players aren't shown in that main map.
I would love to have like Cobra come on my, I've got my cruiser ship parked in the, my big cruiser ship parked in the galaxy. I'd love for Cobra to be able to come on and park his ship on my cruise, on my ship, walk around with me. I see his avatar. Hey, come check out my ship, the stuff I built, come check out my plants and all that. That's what I'm wanting. I'm wanting that interaction where, I see his starship, he sees my starship in the galaxy. We decide to go, hey, well, let's go check out this planet that we're by. Let's do it. That's the kind of stuff I want. Or like you said, the battle.
That'd be cool.
If a battle breaks out, then
how about something like this? Like, say Jeremy wants to build a base on a planet, and he goes, "Oh man, this is infested with lasher plants. Cobra, can you come help me clear my area out where I'm going to build my base and exterminate some of these lasher plants with me?" Heck yeah, I'm going to put on some death metal. I'm going to make a video out of it, and we're going to go kill some lasher plants.
I think what's his name had a question too. I don't think we heard him. I can't remember his name. He joined with. I keep forgetting his name. His mic was messed up a while ago. He wanted to
Leonard.
Yeah, I think he was trying to ask something earlier, and I think his mic cut out.
What's up, buddy?
Oh yeah. So I wanted to ask you a question about those distress signals you guys were talking about. So, do you remember Sean Murray very long ago talk about Space Invaders?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what if someone would send out a distress signal to all his club members, like you got some kind of clan or something, but they're not online, and they would get a ping on their phone to say,
text message.
Hey, you can now open the app and start playing Space Invaders with the difficulty your friend is inside No Man's Sky, and then all his friends would start playing Space Invaders, and like how well they're playing that depicted in the session the No Man's Sky players in that way they will help him defeat those pirates or aliens.
That's a cool idea.
That would actually be really awesome. Like if a person was playing Space Invaders and it was controlling an AI, like the more invaders they killed, the better the AI became.
Yeah,
but I can't help this. Yeah, I can't help but seeing people saying, "Why are you going only left and right? Go forward! Whoa, no, there's a little more left." But that is a very good idea. I mean, the better you do in Space Invaders, the better the AI becomes, and I feel like I can relate to that because I played Galaga today and I got to level 20 on an arcade machine, and I could see that.
Like if you're like a lot of people will be at work, so say half the clan members are at work. Well, bam, they could still help you. Yeah.
Only if we were developers.
Well, No Man's Sky doesn't want to add. As of right now, they don't want to add money involved with all this. They want to give people what they promised. That's not a bad idea to come up with a mobile game, a simple mobile game, just like a tap mobile game where you can tap it on your phone, and maybe it will increase the AI's ability. But I also see an exploiting that in the long run.
That's far out there. It's a cool idea. That's real far out there.
Yeah, Grammy?
So I just wanted really quick to tell you, I made the trailer that you said you asked for. How you asked, you kind of gave a challenge. I kind of did it with Jeremy in mind.
Okay.
Because he came on before, I listened to the thing, and he was asking about all the different ways that people could play No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
And so I made one how I play it, which kind of has highlights of all the things I use in No Man's Sky, but has absolutely no story per se. I'm not doing a story except my own, of course, in my own little head. I'm Space Ranger Grammy out there exploring the galaxy. And literally that's all I do. I portal, I jump, I hyper jump, and I visit lore. That's all I do, and name planets. That's how I play.
I can vouch for Grammy's a beast.
Tweet it at me.
She knows how to explore.
Yeah, it's uploading to YouTube right now. I made 2 actually,
okay.
but I'm going to give you one because I have the music on it was given to me, so I'm going to do that one instead. But I also I'm going to put the other one that I made in Share Factory, which was horrific, on my YouTube channel. But I wanted to just I'm not honking my own horn. I just thought Jeremy might want to go over there and take a look at it.
I'll definitely watch it. Yeah, hell yeah.
Everybody that comes on my show has a requirement to honk your own horn. You know that.
That's the creative side of it. Because when you were asking about multiplayer, when I thought of No Man's Sky and multiplayer, I always think of Minecraft. Because when I first played No Man's Sky, that's what it reminded me of. I'm not saying like it was No Man's Sky. It wasn't Minecraft in space. It just had the same gameplay for me, where all of a sudden I stuck someplace, didn't know what the hell I was doing, didn't know what I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
And all I did was die. I mean, the first time I played Minecraft, I was killed 8 times.
Everyone remembers their first night. Come on now.
There's like
No Man's
Sky, and between those 6 features, it would change the whole game. I'm sorry, Grammy. I apologize. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I was just saying, my most memorable of No Man's Sky is halfway through my gameplay on the way to the center, I end up hitting a glitch where I crashed my ship, and everyone's like, "You crashed the ship?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got caught between a floating island and the Earth, and it wouldn't respawn." And I had to swim the whole planet to find a crash ship to get off.
Oh, wow. Are you serious?
Yeah, it's on my playlist. It was like, oh my God. And then I did
you can run out of fuel?
Crashing. So I was like, screw that. I'm just going to fly to the center.
You can, yes, but not like that. Grammy's situation is a glitch, but wow, that made one hell of an adventure. That is so cool. I'm jealous.
I went to the very bottom of the water, the ocean, and found, that's why I said I wanted them to bring that back, where they had the wasteland in the bottom where you had to swim all the way to the very bottom of it without dying and save so you could get that one place in the world. I found 4 of them on that planet alone, and things ate me, and I drowned, and I froze, and it was colder above the water than in the water, so you had to stay in the water, and I didn't have the extra swim mask, so I was constantly counting as I was going down and coming back up. And, it was a fun adventure. I enjoyed it. It was very frustrating because it was hard, but Minecraft was like that for me when I first started playing it as well. And then you start getting this feel for the game. And there's times when you feel very, very alone because you are alone. And then there's other times where you're just excited to see the next alien. Oh, it's a gag. Yay! Let's hang out for a little bit.
It's like No Man's Sky, isn't it? I mean, you feel happy that you're alone, and because you know that you're not going to see anybody. And then
I feel scared
out of the blue see something from another player. I mean, if you're playing randomly, it's a very rare occurrence.
That would be cool to see another shit, man. Like,
it's coming, man. It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
I'm scared to play the game, dude, just because, like, I get lost in games, man. Like, that's my problem with the games. Like I put hundreds of hours in games. Like The Witcher 3, dude. I just beat that game recently and started Blood and Wine. I was scared to start that. Like, I get lost, dude. Like, I'll just start playing. It'll be like 5 hours later, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, holy shit, I didn't even get nowhere in the story, man.
No, dude, you want to put about 5 hours more into it until you randomly just see something that looks a little different than the rest of everything else. Something you've never seen before. And then you walk up and you see another player. What would you do? What would you do?
I wonder if it's going to be a bit like Journey.
What would you do?
That's the problem. What would I do? I would dance, and I would hope and pray that they added proximity chat because they don't know what they're in for.
I'm joking. I wouldn't shoot them.
Real quick. I had a friend, the King Snake. Some of you might know him, some of you don't. And we started from his home world and we jumped together to the center, following the same path to the center together and hitting the same planets and stopping and making monuments, and he'd name a system and I'd name a system, and we always saw each other as
Did
little
you see it though?
And
I think
he's an orb.
they do it
We're all
one system per planet or one planet per system right now, right?
What?
I think you can only do it one planet per system right now. If I'm correct, I may be wrong. Cobra.
I'm not sure what that means.
No, the monuments.
One per system.
Yeah. But we'd hit every planet to name it, because that's what I do. I name the planets. But he wanted to get to the center. Now he was playing permadeath, because that's all he ever plays, and I am playing creative. And so we play hide and seek. We do other things, and he's an orb. You're not seeing an actual avatar that everybody wants. I enjoyed it. If No Man's Sky gives me avatars, that's fine. I don't care if they keep me as an orb. I'd be fine with that too. Because the story is the idea that you are all alone. So they're going to have to change the story, which we've all agreed they're going to have to do. They're going to have something that's going in the lore is going to change that, so that what we perceived in our past, which is us playing, to what we are going to perceive in our future in the next update is going to have to change if we get multiplayer the way that we'd all perceive it. Now, it'd be just as fun to be able to say King Snake or the Drunken Taco, hey, Tim, show up over here on my planet, like Cobra said, and I've got stuff to trade for you, and you got stuff to trade for me. And yeah, it'd be awesome to see each other's faces, all of its glory and all the ship. But I'm fine if it's not that way. That's just me.
Right. I was more than happy to show up on your planet if I had more than one glyph in normal mode.
They're going to need to change that, I think.
Planet that has that.
No, well, the Cobra's got his own little like walkthrough on it, but I've been working so much. I mean, when I do finally I got to sit down tonight for the first time. I've had Far Cry 5 for like 3 weeks. I'm not joking. 3 weeks.
Don't try
I've
and
got
stealth
to
it.
for 2 hours. No,
Stealth it, man. That's my clue for you. Don't try and stealth it. All I'm saying.
I'm just, well, I can't help it, man. I want to curse. I'm not. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm doing this for Cobra. I love him to death. I can't do this.
Well, hey, we're getting ready to end the show anyway, Tim. We're getting ready to end the show anyway, so you may as well just go ahead and stay on, dude.
I have a question though before I go.
No, I was gonna stay on, man. I'm just trying not to curse.
I know.
You're doing a great job of it, Tim.
Yes. Good job, buddy.
I have the ability to curse. All right. I played Far Cry for about 5 fucking minutes, and I was like, holy.
Wait, why'd you do it? I didn't give you the go ahead. I said you're doing a good job.
I'm glad you stopped me, man, because I was about to say like 10 more. So,
like a sailor. Oh my God.
No. Sailor ain't got nothing to do with this. Sailor gonna look at me and say, "Why do I not own my own submarine?"
All right, guys, we're gonna end the show here pretty soon. We've been going for about 2 hours now. Is there anything that we left on the table that we'd like to?
I've had a great time, man. I've had a great time.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it, man. I did too. I thank you guys for calling in. It means a lot to me. It's been a pleasure to have every single one of you on the call.
I just wanted to ask one question I had heard.
Love you to death.
All right, one at a time.
The question was, if you were in PC and PS4, are you on the same galaxy? And you are. The portals will work. You can get somebody on a PC can give me a portal code, and it will take me to the same planet that they portal to. You just can't. They can't, like Cobra said, you can't name it across. But King Snake got Richard Huntington to name his planet in the PC realm, so he had names on both systems. You could do that if you know people.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I got something I want to throw out for everybody, and I'm sure you're cool with this. But Grammy just recently, she helped me make a picture for the Drunken Taco. And it is legitimately a taco whom is drunk. And between this picture of a drunken taco and between a portal address that I have yet to throw out there for everybody, which it is indeed in creative mode so everybody can see it.
Cool.
But I haven't put it out there yet, but she made me a picture.
Awesome.
And I've got to figure out a way to put that. I mean, I want to put on my profile, but I want to keep the same things. Like half these people know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm sorry. I said another curse word. Not as bad as it could be. I'm glad you stopped me, by the way, Cobra. But I was about to go. I was about to go off the end. But I just wanted to say that Grammy created me a picture of a drunken taco, which is a taco who is drunk, and well, you'll see. I'll post that and my portal pictures all at once.
Cool.
Okay.
I have
Yeah.
a question
All right.
before I go. It's off topic. I think I'm going to pull the trigger and buy a PS4 this month coming up. Any suggestions? I've had one, but I sold it like 2 weeks after launch.
Any suggestions on games? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, games and like, since I have the X, I know a lot of people that probably has the Pro would say buy the Pro. I just don't want to spend $400. Like, I think OG PS4 would probably do.
I can answer that one.
Like,
because I have an Xbox One and I have the I think I have a Pro, but I got it on sale for $250. And but it might be slim. But either way,
I didn't know how much they were. Yeah, that's why I was asking.
Throw it out, Grammy, and I'll give another opinion too.
Well, GameStop's where I got mine. I got my PS4 from GameStop, and they were having a sale on the used ones. So that's where I just went and bought a used one, and then I get a warranty on it. So if something happens, I just take it back.
Oh, cool. All right.
Back, and we give you another one.
Yeah, and I got the Xbox too. It's $10 or something like that for the extra warranty. So if you shop around, you can usually get them for a really good price.
Yeah, I really want to play the God of War for sure.
Oh, I'm so addicted to it.
God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn's another really good.
And Uncharted. Definitely The Last of Us. I want to play that again. That was one of my favorite games, The Last of Us. But
Detroit Become Human comes out next month.
I don't think this is an exclusive, but I'm seriously looking forward to. I think it's called Detroit.
Yeah, that's
Becoming Human.
That's exclusive, man.
Yeah, the demo just popped up on PSN. I'm not sure if it's on Xbox Live, but it is. If you like Heavy Rain, like those movie-based games.
Yeah, I watched the demo. Yeah, it's pretty good, man. It's like more like a detective. It's pretty good. It looks. But yeah, I gotta go. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But yeah, I gotta go. I gotta meet somebody.
Okay, buddy.
Sorry to cut out real quick. But yeah, I appreciate everything.
Take care, man.
Good
night.
We're in the show anyway, man. It's cool.
All right.
All right. Have a good one, buddy.
Talk to you guys later.
Stay safe.
All right.
All right,
Be good.
man.
All right, bye.
Be careful. All right.
Thanks.
All right, guys. We're gonna go ahead and end the show.
Sweet.
It's been a fun, weird, all over the place show. Remember, guys that are in the chat, or if you're watching this video later, remember we're a constellation. Reach out and subscribe to each other. If you see somebody chatting in the chat, click on their profile, subscribe to them. Let's connect the dots like a constellation, and just you know.
I'm sorry. I got to interrupt you. I know you're ending this, and we're gonna tell everybody to throw their stuff out there, but I've got to throw this out here for people because I feel like I'm the only one. Jurassic World Evolution. Build Jurassic World and do your thing, man, and hope and pray that nobody gets eaten. I've got to throw this out there.
Talking about the movie?
I'm a builder player. I can't help it. I want people to play this besides me that's in the same community that I'm in.
Is it out already?
No, it comes out in July. It comes out in July. It's similar to Operation Genesis. and I'm going to drag this on, but build Jurassic Park, well, Jurassic World, let tourists in, and hope and pray that a storm or anything else doesn't mess you up. I'm sorry, Cobra, but I had to throw that out there, man, because I feel like I'm the only one here that loves this damn game.
No, I was going to
I'm
get
wearing
it.
a Jurassic Park shirt right now, man. I mean, come on, dinosaurs, awesome.
I just haven't looked into it, man, but I will. I'll check it out.
World Evolution. Trust me.
I'll check it out.
If you like builders, it's worth it. It really is. All right, I'll be quiet now. Go ahead, Cobra. I'm sorry.
Okay. Guys, that's Drunken Taco. Don't forget to check out Drunken Taco at the Drunken Taco on YouTube. And if you like what you hear here, there's more of it over there.
There's more than you could ever imagine. And parental guidance suggested.
Parental guidance needed.
Definitely. Grammy also does a YouTube. She has a YouTube channel. Grammy Plays.
I have a Twitch channel, I have a Mixer channel, and I have a YouTube channel.
Definitely check Grammy out. Just click her name in the chat if you see her chatting. I also want to thank Natalie in the chat for coming by. Big shout out to Natalie there for keeping the chat clean with that hammer or wrench or whatever it is. And she's also throwing out that Discord link, which I'm never in. But I downloaded the app on my phone. So
I am. I'm there. I'm at that Discord and my own Discord and others. But yeah, I'm there.
Awesome.
I don't have Discord, but I'm working on my technological leap into all of this craziness that I still don't understand.
It's moving pretty fast. Leonard, do you have a YouTube channel, buddy?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. What about you, Jamie?
I do, actually. I don't use it very much. I used to do a lot of stuff on it, but I'm going to get back into it shortly. So short answer, yes, I do.
Okay, how do we find you?
That's a good question. I changed my link, and I can't remember what it is. So next time I'll get it for you.
Okay. For sure. Jeremy, what about you, bud?
I do, man. I have a channel. I haven't been doing anything kind of lately, but now, because I was out of state. But now that I'm back in, I'm fixing to start back up. I'm the one that kind of builds pretty neat looking bases and do some wild ships on YouTube. My channel is just look up Mad Hacks up in YouTube. Search it up in YouTube, and I'll pop right up.
YouTube?
And YouTube. YouTube.
Oh, I'm like, what is this? Is this something new?
Yes. So go check it out. And if y'all have any ideals for me, I'm going to still try to do a Cobra base for Cobra. But if y'all have any other ideals, throw them at me. I want to someday make a base that looks like a giant Cobra. That's one of my big goals. So, so anyways, y'all go check my stuff out. That's all I got to say. And Cobra, man, great show, man. I'm loving everything you're doing, and just keep it up, man. Please keep it up.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, keep it up, man.
Thank you, bud. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and end this show. Yeah?
All right, real quick, I just want to say, I love you. I'll try to always pop in at least once a month to say hi. I work very hard on my channel, and I have the fibromyalgia, so it's a little hard for me to always be there. But I'll be tweeting you some stuff, okay?
Okay, definitely. And don't put too much time in between you stopping by the channel here and getting on the show, because my feelings will get hurt.
Yeah, we all love
Grammy. Me and you talk more than you and Cobra. You got to get on here, girl. We miss you.
I don't have a lot to see though, so it's just me and heavy breathing. So
Right.
I got one day off. I'm off tomorrow and work 6 days. And so, Grammy, you better make up for my absence if I'm not here.
Okay. See you later, guys.
I should be releasing a couple videos tomorrow, more than one. One of them's going to be stating the official date for the No Man's Sky Con that we're going to have. And I need to put some people to help me kind of plan out the events. And one of the things I want to do is have everybody vote on like their favorite No Man's Sky YouTuber. I'm not going to be part of that. So I want to give other people a chance to be voted and not me. So
do me a favor, man. Anything that you involve me with, send me messages in the morning just in case. I mean, not just for the drunken taco, but just for the fact that I be working a lot, and it's either evening I'm in bed or evening I'm here drunk.
Okay.
Cobra, can I ask a question, Cobra, real quick, Cobra?
Bye. I love y'all.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to ask Cobra, what days do you usually stream? Just so I can know and kind of look out, man. Like, when will you stream live again?
I've been doing them every day here for a little while.
Oh, wow. Great. I'll look for you, bud. I'll be looking. Thanks a lot.
I'm going to have to figure out one day to take off so I could do edits, because I'm starting to fall behind in editing for streaming every single day. I don't know if that's going to be tomorrow or if I'm going to plan it for a little bit further ahead. It depends if I can get those 2 videos uploaded and still do the live stream tomorrow. So we'll see.
I'll be here tomorrow, and I'll be looking for you, and thanks for that info.
Okay, Cobra, do me a favor if it's possible. I mean, I want you to go by your schedule because I know how work is and work something else. If you're able to do it tomorrow, let me know because I'm off tomorrow. I got to work the next day, but I can be here and I'd like to. Nonetheless, I'm the drunken taco tonight. Tomorrow I'm Tim, and after that I'm back to work, and God knows what's going to happen.
Okay, all right, for sure, buddy. I'll let you know.
Bye-bye.
All right, I'll let you know. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and shut her down for the night. I love y'all. Thank you so much for coming out to the show. Thank you so much, you guys, for calling in, and everybody, just keep traveling, keep uploading those videos, and stay safe out there.
See you, man.
Until next time.
That's right. Until
Cobra
next
TV.
time.
Later.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye, bro.
Everybody, I hate to throw out this interruption, but it's probably for the best. I gotta go because I don't know where I'm at.
You better put seatbelts on your ears because Cobra's about to take them for the ride of their life on Cobra TV.
And when we ship the game, not everything will be possible, but this is a game I think we're going to be making for quite a while, even after it comes out.
You have these people that are going to be able to buy this game on Xbox, and they are being actively driven away by people who haven't played this game in the last year. They're going off of this whole idea that, like, Sean Murray lied in 2016, and they're still using that to steer people away from No Man's Sky. And it's an unfair criticism. We have to be louder than the people that are talking about 2016 and driving away potential, new members of our community in the Xbox crowd for something that, one, wasn't true then and is especially no longer.
So Cobra said we could record messages and they might get played on the show, and it was fine if they were strange or weird. So in the spirit of things, I thought I'd write a poem dedicated to my favorite caller in on the SubCast. Okay, here we go. I cry out to the old gods, desperate for replies. SubCast Jason, the apple of my eye. Desperate for his attention, my adoration turns to sighs. For he notices me not, instead I play No Man's Sky. But till he notices me shall my heart forever pine, as I gaze into his demigod-like eyes. In the name of Jason, I create a portal, for it is here that his next adventure lies.
You tuned in to the only station in the galaxy, broadcasting right from Euclid. Whether you're watching or listening, this is Cobra TV, and this is a podcast.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.